What if preventing Hitler's assassination in 1939 didn't save Europe, but actually doomed it to a faster, more brutal destruction? The instinct is to believe that removing the architect of World War II would have been humanity's greatest salvation. But consider this: Hitler's iron grip on the Nazi Party, while monstrous, also provided a singular, recognizable enemy for the Allied powers to rally against. His survival in 1939, through a failed assassination attempt, doesn't usher in peace, but instead sows deeper, more unpredictable chaos. Without Hitler's singular leadership, the Nazi regime fractures. Imagine a power vacuum in 1940, not filled by a successor, but by rival SS factions, Wehrmacht generals, and ideological extremists. These splinter groups, each with their own brutal vision for Europe, launch a multi-front war not against a unified Allied front, but against each other and their neighbors simultaneously. By 1942, instead of D-Day preparations, Europe is a continent-wide inferno. The Soviets, facing weakened but fiercely independent Nazi warlords, push further and faster, leading to a brutal occupation of Eastern Europe and a more immediate clash with Western European splinter states. France, without a clear enemy and invaded by multiple factions, collapses into civil war. Britain, isolated and facing a dozen disparate German threats, struggles to maintain control. The war isn't shorter, it's more pervasive. Without the overarching goal of defeating Nazism, the conflict drags on for decades, morphing into a brutal, localized struggle for survival. The technological race, driven by immediate survival, accelerates in terrifying ways, leading to the widespread deployment of advanced weaponry by numerous warring factions. By the time the dust settles in this timeline, perhaps by the late 1960s or 70s, Europe is not just rebuilt, but fundamentally broken, its populations decimated not by a single genocidal campaign, but by a prolonged, multi-sided war of unimaginable ferocity. The continent is scarred, fragmented, and economically crippled for centuries, a far darker legacy than the history we know. Subscribe before the next timeline begins.